trying to go on live just now and I don't know what happened. So I'm trying again, and this time it seems to work. Let me know if you hear me. If you don't, let me know in the comment. My name is Esti. I am a Singaporean living in North Sweden. Yes, guys, we are back. So I use this opportunity to live stream because it's so quiet in the house. Insider tips experience from my side. My experience may not be the same as yours, so it's again up to you to decide whether or not you should go on which trip or which country. So today, this live streaming, I will cover some of the things that I bought during my trip. I have them around here, and I'm going to show it to you later on the video. Make sure you stay tuned till the last. So right now we are back rested, and you probably wonder why am I on wearing this kind of suit, right? This is actually a Vietnamese outfit, which I bought at the Vietnamese market. I thought it was pretty cute, and maybe you guys don't know, I didn't mention earlier on. Actually, I have 12% of Vietnamese blood. So don't ask me how come I didn't know. Recently, I did a DNA test um, from this my ancestor, and it shows up. It turns out that I have 12% Vietnamese blood and 50% Malaysian or Malacca blood, and the rest is Chinese blood. So I'm not 100% Chinese, which I thought I was. So but it is very exciting. That's why I thought, since I'm a Vietnamese, I thought, why not get a suit like that? And it looks quite pretty, isn't it? I like the suit so much. I'm gonna post this picture of me wearing this gown with some of the hotel staff that we were staying with and were hosting us. So I'm gonna post that in the community. Make sure you check it out. So let's jump on to our trip in Singapore, Malaysia, and Vietnam. And why do I choose Vietnam instead of Bali? I think I mentioned earlier on my the reason why I choose Bali instead of why I choose Vietnam instead of Bali. You see, I'm still not there yet. Uh, yeah, I'm going to tell you the reason why. And I think basically the reason is very straightforward. Bali is because of the strategic location. I heard there's more rain there compared to Vietnam, whereas Vietnam is more on the coast. So somehow we are protected. Uh, so let's jump on. I arrived in Singapore on the 12th of January, and it was awesome. I mean, when you haven't been traveling for so long and suddenly you come back to your hometown, the feeling is quite emotion. um, I was like, I felt so blessed, coming back home, and no matter how, it's still my home. And I was really, I was really silent because I think I was trying to take it in so much impression at the same time. So I didn't really talk so much the first day, and also because I was really tired. Unfortunately, our bag was lost for about 1 week, and I heard that this Turkish airline, they couldn't find my bag. So at the end, the Singapore airline found the bag and sent the bag to our hotel. So thank God. Um, Overall, I would say, which country would I recommend? Of course, I would recommend Singapore, uh, because Singapore, for sure, you find very safe there. You can be out in the evening alone, walking the street, nobody will mark you. And also, the transportation is amazing. It goes right up to midnight and after midnight. So transportation wise, I would say Singapore is the best. Vietnamese, not the best because their country is actually subsidized by company like Toyota, you know. So Toyota have recently invested in their bus system. So let me see, it's called Toyota TMS something, Toyota Motor something. And that is a private bus sector. They have a government sector, and the price for the bus is incredibly cheap. But in the daytime, they are more often, like every 15 minutes. But in the night, after 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock, there's it totally stopped. So if you want to go downtown, the only way to go downtown after 8 o'clock is by Grab. And I honestly prefer you to take Grab than any kind of black taxi or other kind of taxi without the meter. Don't go for that, because I heard that people get mugged or they got scammed over that. So overall, I think that the public transport in Vietnam was really convenient. So what you do is you go to Google and then you just type the destination that you want to go, and then Google will suggest to you how you want to go there, by car, by bike, or by walking, or by bus, public transport. So you can check it out, and they will show you the route in blue, so okay, whether this bus is coming near your hotel. So if it's near your hotel, you can just walk there. As long as you follow the routine of the bus, you shouldn't be any problem. 6,000 dong, which is ridiculously cheap, even cheaper than in Malaysia. Malaysia wise, I don't know about the public transport, because this time we went with our friend. So we went there and we spent one night there with a friend at his place. So we didn't have any experience with the Malaysian transport. So I think I heard um, it is not as good as in Singapore or in Vietnam. So don't judge me, okay? Go and check it out yourself. But for me, I find that the safest one is, no matter how, it's still Singapore. A bit pricey now because the gas price is getting up, but it's still affordable. And also food. I think the best food, I think I have tasted, of course, Singapore, we are very popular with the food. I think Singapore still stay number one. Number two is Malaysia, and number three is, for me, is Vietnam. um, Singapore food is very international, so you can easily get any kinds of food from any country, but the price is slightly higher than the last trip when I was there 5 years ago. Um, I would say around maybe 10-20% higher. But the food standard is still okay, because I just realized that the hawker center, the one without the air condition, is better than the one in the air condition, which is called a food court. And I noticed all those employees at the food court are being employed by overseas investor. They hire those people from China, and they cook the Singapore recipe. So I think some of them, they really lose touch on the authentic ingredients, because these people are not Singaporeans. They do not know how the authentic one should taste like, or how it should be prepared. So that was a shame. But otherwise, if you stick to hawker center, especially the older hawker center, which is very reasonable, and the one that I strongly recommend is the old airport road at Kallang, and also there is one in Maxwell Road, and there is one in Tanjong Pagar. That one is the best. And also, I think Chinatown is still very good. We still have a lot of old vendors there, and then you still can feel the authentic flavors. And at very reasonable price. Malaysian wise, I think Malaysian somehow pick up a bit, you know, the food. The standard a little bit higher now. Uh, the price is ridiculously cheap. If you were to compare the price between Singapore and Malaysian, Singapore is actually higher. Malaysia is actually 1/3 to half the price of Singapore. So if you want to get really good food, that's why I understand why a lot of Singaporean likes to go to Malaysia to eat seafood because it's much cheaper there. So I think if you really like to, because Singapore and Malaysia is just across the bridge, and make sure you go at the right time also. You don't go there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because that's when the Malaysian people who work in Singapore will go home over the weekend. So sometimes you can get jammed at the custom. So try to go on the weekday if possible. Food wise, quality wise, I think Malaysian is super. They are picking up, you know, they don't hire so many foreign talent. I know that the price is still unbeatable, you know, it's still like 5 years ago, the price. So surprisingly, we went to one hotel, not hotel, a restaurant in Malaysia, in JB. It was this small coffee shop. So from the outside we saw, oh, there's quite a lot of people there, it must be good, yeah. So we gave it a try. So we just anyhow pick one, I think we picked like 4 dishes: a laksa, a curry noodle, a fried chicken with egg yolk, salted egg yolk, and then there was some meat dish. It was really good. The price is fantastic, you know, and the quality is excellent. That kind of food is like the hotel standard. I was surprised, you know, and everything just on the menu, it just tastes so good. I don't even have to taste all of them. I know it's good because I look at the picture and I look at those people who eat, how satisfied they are, and you can tell, you know, from how they eat and how they look, you know, they say, wow, very good, wow, order another one. Vietnamese food, I would say, I think Vietnamese food compared to Thai food, I think Vietnamese kitchen is more cleaner compared to the Thai. We've been to Phuket or Thailand twice. For me, I've been there numerous times. I find like Thai kitchen is a little bit not so hygiene compared to the Vietnamese. Vietnamese, they're more hygiene. I think they have more control over there. And also because of their food is very clean, yeah. And they always give you a lot of, like, a big bowl or big plates of vegetables, you know, everything is with vegetable. So it's really healthy. And now I know why Vietnamese are so skinny, you know, because they eat a lot of vegetable. So when I was there, like, you know, 10, 12 days, all my shit is green in color. I never had that happen in my life before. So I think, you know, when I come back here, I think I will want to start this diet. Maybe, you know, it will be useful or helpful for my bowel system. Okay, Vietnamese food, I love it. I suggest that you go and check out like on Google before you go, because Vietnamese food is something very new to me. So before I go to a country, this is what I do. I will check on what are the top 10 dishes you must try when you're in that country. So that was what I did. So it was much easier because when I Google on that food, I have that in my list. So I know where to find that food. They even give the address of the food where you could buy. For me, I suggest that when you go to Vietnam, don't go and eat at those tourist trap, okay? The price is like 3 to 5 times more expensive compared to the market. I give you an example. We went to a restaurant and it was just like a normal restaurant. So for one dish, it cost like 500 between 300 to 500,000 dong. All right, if you go to a market, you eat one dish, that's like 30,000 dong. So you see the difference. It's a lot of difference. And in terms of authentic flavors, only the market one can give you the more authentic flavors. So me and LG, I told LG, I said that is the last time we ever go to a restaurant, because I find that these are not authentic food. They are catering to the tourists, and the price is too high. I mean, even though for me it's cheap, but I still find that why should you pay so much to eat something worse than the place that you can eat? And you want to feel the environment, you want to feel how it's like, to be a local. So I think when you travel, go and find out where the market is. Go and check with the people who work in a hotel, huh? Hey, can you tell me, where do you go for lunch? So go to her, the place that she go. So usually these are places like the market. In when we were at Hoi An, there is a market called Central Market. So me and LJ, I said it was raining like crazy. I said we don't take the tutu, we walk there because we have rain clothes. So we walk in the rain. It was kind of romantic, So it was like nobody, because it was raining quite a lot. And then when we reached the center, it was like a lot of people. So we try to avoid those crowded places. We try to walk outskirts. So I think around 30 minutes, we reached the place. And that place was like very, very busy, And they have this pile or benches that you can just put your leg in and then you sit down. It's like those Japanese, how do you call it, the market. And then the chef or the vendor will cook in front of you, which is what I find is really nice to see how the food are prepared right in front of your eyes. And they serve everything, they prepare everything when you order them. They don't have them ready unless it's those cold cut meat. Then they will prepare in advance and then they will serve you. And I tell you, you must try the specialty. When I go to the market, I can't speak their language. So what you do is that you look at other people, what they eat. And then if that food looks good to you in your eyes, and that food was recommended, I think it shouldn't be any problem. Just try it, because it's just 30,000 dong. If you don't like it, you're not wasting a lot of money. So if you don't like it, just go to the next shop, because this kind of market, they usually have like quite similar food, but some of them are different. So you can just, try your luck. But I suggest that you look at the store. If let's say like in Singapore, right, the longer the queue is, the better the food is, right? Exactly, it's the same in Vietnam. So if you see that store, a lot of people are eating the same food, that probably is a good food. So when I came back, I really have a few ideas, I want to cook more Vietnamese food, because I'm in love with Vietnamese food, because I find that it is so healthy, it's very clean. I like the taste of a clean food. And I like soup, because I don't know whether I'm getting old or what, So soupy food is really tasty for me. So I think I probably want to try a few recipes. And if I can, I'll try to document it and share it with you guys, okay? So food, must try, all right? I'm going to give you a list if you want. But otherwise, there's always, you can check on Google's. Okay, one very important thing is where you stay. Like I said, accommodation, in my opinion, it is not how big the hotel is, how comfortable the bed is, how fast is the Wi-Fi, how good is the restaurant, or how big is the pool. No, no, no. Don't do that. After traveling for so long, I learned something. I just felt like when you go and visit a country, I think you want to get to know the culture. You want to somehow know the people, the local people there, and talk to them, because that is where you will learn from them. So when I choose a hotel, I always read at review. And there was one hotel that stick out in Vietnam, and it's called Halina. And everybody said So nice about the staff, and they name all the names, and I know all of them before I go there. So the review was fantastic. They said that the hotel, they really care about the staff, because every morning when you go to breakfast in their restaurant, a few staff, right, two, three of them will come and talk to you and say, hey, how's your plan today? Do you want any tips how to take a bus from here to there? Or do you want to us to help you to book something or taxi or whatever? So they are very concerned, and they give you offhand, insider tips, like what you should do if it's a raining weather, if it's a sunny weather, you're scared of the sun, what you should do. So all this kind of tips is very valuable. So for me, I find that they really understand what customer service is all about. And that is why I fall for that, and I don't even think twice. And the best of all, the hotel was damn cheap. It was like 23 or $30 per night, Singapore dollar, I mean. And including breakfast. And then the breakfast was fantastic. They have every day different menu. And they have like at least 15 different dishes. Every day they change. Western and Asian breakfast, they change all the time. And the one thing I like about this kind of changes is that you get the chance to try more local food, because they will buy from the local vendor and the authentic flavor one, then they let you try. I think that is really smart, because when they let you try, this one is really good. So when you go out of the street and then you see the same food, you probably will buy it, right? So see. Okay, I hope this is good tips for you. And let me share with you, okay, these very good tips also. I noticed when you book hotel in Da Nang, let's say you're going to book in Da Nang. Da Nang, this consists of two sides, all right, the city side and the beach side. So depending on what you want to do, if you are Asian, you probably don't want to go to the beach side because you're scared it turn dark, right? So you go to the city side where you can shop and eat your heart out. So, but for us, we like both. For me, I like to shop. Also, I like some sunbathing. So I tell myself, I'm not going to book the same hotel. So I'm going to book city side, and I'm going to book the beach side, depending on the weather. So every time when I want to book, before I book a hotel, I always look at the weather report like 10 days ahead. So I know, all right, okay. Oh, the first 4 days is going to be like cloudy, a bit rain. Okay, then pick the city side, because city side you'll be on the shelter, you'll be in shopping center, you'll be in restaurant, you'll probably be doing most of the things indoor, right? So when the weather turns fine, then you move to the beach side. So when the weather turns fine, then you move to the beach side. Smart, right? So you don't waste your money sitting in the hotel under the rain. That was what happened to us when we were in Hanoi, Hoi An, and that was like disaster. But luckily that was only 2 days, because I know that the rain will not stop, so we decided to cut it off, and then we moved back to the Da Nang side. So that is what you should do. When you book in the city side, you try to book like you know what you want to do. For example, you like to try to book like you know what you want to do. For example, you like to eat, right? You like to shop, right? So you go to the Google Map, and then you just type at the Google Map there, shopping, restaurant, and then you see the area. Wow, this area a lot of restaurant. Wow, this area a lot of shopping. Wow, this area a lot of restaurant. Wow, this area a lot of shopping. So the same area with shopping, a cafe. For us, it's like cafe, shopping, a restaurant, and then bus service, everything in that area that is close. We will, you just narrow down that area, and then you search the closest one, close to the place that you want to visit every day, because you'll be carrying the umbrella, you don't want to run with a raincoat. So we did that. We booked one right in the center, just opposite the market, Hans Market. It was just like 50 meters to the Hans market. So at the end, we did quite a lot of shopping actually, like shopping for snacks, because I was really craving for snacks, and they have a lot of selection there. So market was really fun to do things because you get to bargain with them, even though I know that it is not so nice to bargain, but it's fun, sometimes. So you get to do all the things that you want to do when it is cloudy and not so sunny. And then when you move to the beach side, all right, let me give you one advice. Do not book those hotels on the main street, all right? If the one that we have, like this one, right, the main street, this is the main street, for example, this is a hotel and this is the sea, okay? So the main street usually is very wide, so they always have a lot of traffic here, okay? So this, pretend here is a hotel, don't book here, okay? Book the one inside, there's another lane here, and then book the one inside. The reason why I say that, it is because of the traffic. Vietnamese, the traffic is terrible. When you stay along the street, you can hear the traffic 24 hours a day, okay? So, no, book inside. Why? Inside is not only cheaper, and most of the hotel are very good review because customers are very happy there because they don't hear the traffic. And when they are inside, normally those hotels are extremely cheap because they have to compete with the big guy outside, right? The big guy is actually very cheap because of the low season. So they have to compete with the big guy, so they lower their price a lot. And then the season now, actually the one that we go, the end of the January, beginning of February, actually the weather then start to pick up. The sunny and the warmer, more humid weather start to come back. So my advice is, if you want to go to Da Nang, go in February or mid-February onwards, because there might be a chance that, you might have rain. But then the rain is not like the whole day, it's just like, maybe 5 minutes and then it's gone. And then after that, it's sunny again. So the best time is actually April. But if you want really cheap accommodation, you won't believe how cheap those hotel are. You can stay in like 4-5 star hotel at really, really ridiculously cheap price. So go Google and check, okay? And then also in Singapore, unfortunately, the hotel is so expensive. Luckily my sister worked in a booking company. She book hotel. She sell actually membership for hotel. So member can get a really good rate. So since she worked there, she thought she can help me to book hotel at a cheaper rate. So lucky she helped me to book. And then the price for me compared to the people who don't have membership, it's slightly about 20% cheaper. So it's still good, right? But I tell you, in Singapore, you have to live central, because the central hotel, surprisingly, you don't hear the traffic if you live high. If you live lower, you will hear a lot of traffic. And the cheaper hotel, usually you will see all kinds of people, all right? So for us, because we were staying there like 14 days, yeah. So I cannot afford to like stay in a very expensive luxury hotel. And I find it stupid to stay in a luxury hotel also. You know why? Because when we went there during the Chinese New Year time, and my intention is to meet up with my friend. So we got time to be in the hotel, right? So why should you pay for all the facility and then you're not using it at all? So for us, our usage is just to go there, sleep, shower, and then sleep, shower. We don't even eat there. We eat breakfast outside, lunch outside, dinner outside. So what's the point of paying so much extra for things that you don't use, right? So it's smarter to choose something in the center, because for us, we choose in the center so that we can visit our friend very easily, and we can shop also. And there's a lot of things you can do within the area. And the area that we were staying is actually Bugis. It's very near Suntec City. It's very near Marina. It's near Orchard. It's near Chinatown. Everywhere. It's so close. So that was it's little India, so it was so good for us, to meet up with all our friends. For them to come to Central is easier with MRT or with public transport. Malaysia wise, transportation is, hotel wise, we didn't stay in hotel, but I know that hotel is very, very cheap also. If you Google, the best thing I would suggest is that check Googles and then always lower the price. Like there's a price bar there, right? So you just go down to the slope and then you just start from the lowest one. But of course, you cannot be too cheapskate and choose those like really cheap hotel, because something might be wrong. Something must be wrong with cheap hotel if it's really really cheap. So try to stretch a little bit because you want to also live comfortably. So depending on your budget. For me, I always like to raise a little bit on top of my budget so I can see more option. Right? So Google is very good place to check. And now talk about shopping, right? Shopping, Singapore is a paradise, but unfortunately, Singapore is so expensive. The food is not any cheaper. It's still considered quite cheap, but still not as cheap as 5 years. Shopping wise is really fantastic, but the price, higher a bit. The cheapest one, I tell you, is actually Vietnam. Vietnam, everything is so cheap. But we can't find anything that we want to buy. I bought this suit and then I have a bunch of things that I want to show you. And also Malaysia, because I really like Malaysian snacks. I like to buy those low paw bang, those wife biscuit. And they have very authentic bakeries there, fresh bakeries. So my friend, they brought us to those bakeries and we taste those bakeries. It was so good. And not that cheap, I would say, because this kind of bakery is a sogong, it's hard work and handcraft kind of bakery. So unfortunately, it was not that as cheap as I thought. But otherwise, Vietnam is very cheap, and you can get all kinds of snacks there. And the snacks you can actually bargain. I'll give you an example, okay? This is a mango, dried mango, okay? And this fella, she won, I think, 200 dong, 200,000 dong for this, about half a kilo. It's quite good. So this shop, I tell you, they are so cute. I buy it because they are so cute, Actually, I wasn't looking for this bad mango. So I was just looking, because in my mind, I want to buy those gula melaka, those coconut sugar. So this lady, she's so cute. She's shorter than me, And she kind of asked me, try a sample. So I said, it's okay, because I won't try unless I want to buy it, then I'll try it. So she keep pushing me. I said, okay, I'll just try a bit. Then I feel guilty, After I try it, I must buy it, So I asked her, I said, the sugar, the brown sugar, have you seen those? Oh, sugar. Oh, then she go and tell her neighbor, selling almost the same thing as her. Then they go and take out one big bunch of those sugar, white in color. I said, no, white, black. Oh, okay. Then she go, and then she take a black one, really black one, but then it's not the gula melaka what I was looking for. So I said, okay. And then they keep coming, I think there was like 4, 5 of them around me, and they were like all taking out their sugar and show it to me. I feel so bad. I feel like a bad person, So maybe it's their technique also. They want to make you feel bad, and then you have to buy everything from them. And she tackled my weak point. So at the end, she said, oh, you buy this, okay, you buy this. I said, okay, how much do you want? I think she said 250 from the beginning. I said, what? That's so expensive. Even though I know it's cheap, yeah. I said, okay, because everybody always tell me, when you go to Vietnam, you if they say 300, you say 150. So I tried 150. Oh, no. Then I said, okay, then I walk. No. no, 100. She really desperate, this time. So I said, okay, 100. Okay, I'll buy that 100. I gave her 100. And they said, you want coffee? You want coffee? I said, what coffee? Okay, let me show you one coffee, okay? Give me just 1 minute. So she showed me this coffee, all right? This coffee, do you see this animal here? It's called the Lutvak, something like that, Lutvak, or Wesel blend. Okay, let me tell you guys, don't buy this coffee, okay? I buy and then I regret it. Why I regret it? When we went shopping, and then one of my friends suggested, hey, you have to buy this animal who poo, the one that very expensive coffee, the flavor is extremely good. So, LG is a coffee lover. So I said, okay, we buy that just for the taste. And then it was very expensive. It was like 350, the filler one. So I said, okay, I walk. My technique is that I walk. So she will call you back. Okay, 150. I said, oh. I try and walk again. And they said, okay, 100. Okay. You see, 1/3 of the price you can get. But now I regret buying this because after I bought this, I came back just one day ago. I saw on the internet about this coffee. This animal here is the Luwak animal. I do not know what you call that in your country. They pull out this coffee bean, right? And then, then they will wash it and then they will dry it and then they will grind it and it become powder, or you can buy them in hard form. I read about this animal and how they breed it and how they force this animal, this poor thing, to eat the bean. They eat nothing else but just the bean every day, and then they are put in this small cage. And they are not, some of them are really sick because they cannot be eating the same bean all times. They need other nutrients also. So some of them are very bad shape. So when I see that, I wanted to cry, I said, oh my God, some of them, their condition is really bad. They were like sick. So I think the next virus could be caused by them also, because they are put in this small cage, and what they do is just feed them until they eat so much, they pull out. And they keep pulling. They want them to keep pulling. So that's the only thing that they get to eat. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give it to my friend, the one who say it's good. I don't want to eat. I don't want to drink it because I don't want to encourage people to buy it, because I think this should be stopped. Okay, let me show you the weather in Singapore and in Malaysia and Vietnam. Singapore, crazy the weather. During the time while we were there, it's like rain, stop. But I like it because it's not hot. I like it when it is a bit cloudy, because after staying here for 25 years, it's very, very difficult for me to how to say it, very difficult for me to adapt. Let me just turn on the light, okay? It's getting dark here. So I hope this is better. So I think it is very comfortable for me because it was like 27, 28. So I didn't sweat like pig there. So it was very nice. But LG said, no sun, she said. I said, that's good. I like it. So I don't sweat like a pig. But anyway, in Singapore, everywhere is air conditioned, which is not good also, because I really feel like, they waste a lot of electricity, and electricity is very expensive. So, and then when you're in and out of the humidity and the hot and the cold, you can easily fall sick between. So for me, I find that Singapore is not as good. Malaysia-wise, we were lucky because we were there 2 days. It was very sunny, really good, the weather. It's not so warm. But Vietnam is the best. The one I say best is because When we came to Vietnam after the 27th of January, we straight away take a flight direct from Singapore to Da Nang, and from Da Nang airport I take a taxi direct to Hoi An, which is about 1 hour drive. And at Hoi An, it was a disaster. Rain whole time, all right, never stop. And was like, oh my god, because we are supposed to take a lot of pictures at the night market, which is so going to be so beautiful, right? We heard about this place, the most beautiful city in Vietnam. It was really beautiful. The thing is the rain. But you know, sometimes we have to thank God. I think it's God is like protecting me all the time, you know. The reason why I say that, when we came out from the hotel, it was like drizzling a little bit. And then when we found a restaurant, we eat, the rain started to and then when we finished eating, the rain stopped. And then we could go out, you know, for 2-3 hours. And then when our feet tired, we want to go out for coffee. We go in again, and it started to pour. It was so, I mean, we felt so blessed, you know. I mean, even though it was raining the whole time, but the time that we were inside, it didn't rain, you know. When we were outside, oh, I think only the second day it started to rain quite a lot. But we were like having fun still, you know, because we don't usually have a lot of rain in Sweden. So it was quite romantic in a way for us. So weather in Hoi An was disaster. So if you want to go to Hoi An, go end of February. Then, you know, the chances that you might get really nice dry weather. In Da Nang, like I said earlier, I look at the weather report, I book my hotel accordingly, and we were lucky. The last few days when we were at the beach side, we had awesome weather all day. And I was telling LG, I said, you know, we really we really are lucky, because when we were there, we were sunbathing. I got this burn on my hand and my face, because I applied the suntan screen, because I thought that, you know, we didn't have direct sunlight. So I thought, okay, that's still okay, but you can see the sunlight is trying to shine through the cloud, you know, the thick cloud, but you still get suntan, all right? And you can get burn also, surprisingly. And I applied the cream 3 times, you know, the suntan lotion, and I still get burned. So on the second day, I told LG, I said, no, I'm not going to get burned, because it was really painful the last time when I was in Sentosa, Singapore. Just one day I burned, and my whole holiday was gone, because I couldn't lie on my back, because my back was like a lobster, you know. Even wearing clothes is painful for me. So I told LG, I said, no, we're going to take umbrella from the hotel. And I think so far we are the only one with a big umbrella at the beach. Other people were like hiding under the tree, but we were like carrying the big umbrella, because we want to sit near the water, yeah? So when you go out, and if you don't want to get burned, because you still get tan even though you're under the umbrella, you know, you still can get tan, a more even tan. And when you get an umbrella, you can stay at the beach longer. If you don't have an umbrella, I tell you, 1 hour or 1.5 hours later, you don't want to be there, because it's too hot. The thing with hotel, the beach in Da Nang, it was like so beautiful. It was a very strong wave, all right? The wave is very strong. It's very good for surfer, but bad for swimmer. They don't allow people to swim at all, all right? You can only go to your leg, the thigh there, the knee there only, okay? And you can play with the water, or maybe sit down. That is the maximum you can go. If you go a little bit further, the lifeguard beep beep. It's so embarrassing, right? People like, everybody will look at you, and the security, the lifeguard will ask you, come up, you know. So this is the weather. It's crazy, but you know, we are still very happy, satisfied, because we get the LG is very tan. Yeah, for me, I try not to tan so much. So I'm still quite fair, as you can see. Only this side a little bit brown. So I'm really happy. So now you want to know what we bought? I'm going to show you. When I was in Singapore, this is my my childhood snacks, all right? We call it fish balls or keropok. This is the best. So when I was in Singapore, I bought 3 big bags and I give 2 big bags to my friend and I kept 1 bag for myself. So every day when I come back, I just take a few, just for, you know, memory lane, just for memory's sake. So just a few. Because you cannot eat this. Once you start eating this, you cannot stop. All right. So I don't buy. I don't want to buy so much. And then I bought this also. This is like a mung bean. It's Vietnamese one. It's a mung bean biscuit. It was really, really good because when we came into the hotel, they give us a welcome drink plus this kind of cookie. So, you know the mung bean, usually they just have bean, but this one they have like a dried meat inside. So it was really, really good. So I bought a big bag because I was thinking just take one every day, you know, just for flavor taste. But LG is like steal this one, you know. When I'm not around, he'll take out and then he will like secretly eat. So I have to go and hide it somewhere. And another one he really, really like is this one. He insists that we buy coconut cookies. This is really, really good. At first he come back and he told me, oh, my friend gave me 1 pack of this. It was really good. So he went round looking for it. So coconut cookies, this is quite good. Not so sweet. And this is about 80,000 dong for one if you buy them in the market. Don't buy them at the tourist place because they will just rip you off like double the price. So this can be very nice. And then I bought this one. This is, can you guess what is this? What is this? Can you guess? This is actually a vegetable cutter. So you put your what do you call that, like a carrot inside, and then you just twist it. You just twist it like that. So it will come out like really thin slice. So there's a knife there, if you can see. Can you see? There's a knife. All right. I haven't tried it yet, but the lady at the Vietnamese market, come, let me show you. It was like, I said, okay, I'll buy it. How much? 10,000 dong. Okay. I want to buy 2, but I was worried that my bag is too full. And then I found this one in Singapore. This is actually a brush that can be banned. It's a silicone brush because I always have those water bottles that I wash, and then I want to like wash it to the side, and this is bannable. So this is really good. I think it's like $2 or something. Really cheap and good. And also one very good thing, ching, this one is actually, can you see? It's actually a toothpick. It's made of metal and it has this dental, you know, the dentists they use to pick your the stone from your teeth. So this is really good and it comes with a lock. So you can put them in your purse or your pocket. So every time when you eat, and then wash it and then put it back. Another thing I bought, did you see this thing, this shelf? This one. Okay, I bought it in a Vietnamese market. It was really, really cheap. I think it was like $5 or something like that. It was really cheap. I don't even bargain because the thing is ridiculously cheap there. Okay, another things that are hot. Okay, I've been hotting a lot of stuff for Chinese New Year. You don't laugh at me, okay? This kind of thing. I don't have Chinese New Year decoration at all. I thought this was really cheap, and I bought them after the Chinese New Year, so it was like half price. I think this this was like $1 or $2. Can't remember. I think it was, oh no, it's $5. And then we have this, the not Christmas but Chinese New Year greeting. 出入平安. It means go safe journey. I think it was like $3 or something. It's really cheap. And then we have like this also. This is also 新春大吉. You know, it's crazy. LG was saying, oh, why you buy so much? I said, we can't buy this in Sweden, you know, and they are flat. And when I buy this, because I was thinking, we only have one hand carry and I have a backpack. So the backpack is like very light. So we don't want to have a big bag where we drag from hotel to hotel. So I told LG, we're going to stick to a hand carry bag, and that's it, with the handbag or a backpack. So that's why when I buy things, I want to make sure that they are really, really thin so that I can pack on top of each other and it doesn't take so much space, right? And then this one, full, you know, full. And then I like these lanterns. I have these lanterns when I was kid. So this is 3 sizes and I bought 2 of those so that I could have 1 pair. And this is also another lantern. I bought this from Singapore auntie from Hong Kong. She's from Hong Kong. So she was staying in Singapore for like all her life. And they have this tiny shop in Chinatown in Singapore. Me and LG, we went round looking for her. Because when we were there, I saw her. And then I just passed by her. And I saw the cute lantern. I want to buy these cute lanterns. So in my mind, because LG want to go to the toilet, so I follow him. And then when we came back, I couldn't find a store. We were walking there like half an hour, going around the complex. And LG was saying, I don't understand why we can't find her. And you know, all the small stuff. Actually, I have a lot of stuff here inside. And I like this also. This we bought them in Malaysia. It's a lot here still. And this carpet is really good. I bought these 2 of them. And this one, if you spill water, it will not be wet. And it's very good because, you know, now it's winter, right? When we come in from outside, our shoes is always full with snow. So this one will be good. It will protect our floor from being wet. So, and on top of that, you can just brush it away. Then the water is gone. So I think it was like $5 Malaysian dollar. It was really cheap. So I still have quite a bit of stuff, but it's all over the house now. So I'm just trying to like show you just a few that, you know, might interest you, I hope. So let me know, what do you like best of all the things that I bought. Let me know in the comment, okay? I smell this one and I want to eat them. So, okay guys, if you like this video, give a thumbs up. If you are new here, my name is Esty and I would love to have you as my subscriber. I do video like for a while and then I stopped because I was going on this trip, and basically I am a prepper. Right now, prepping work has been like but I'm still trying to find more recipes so that I could give you guys more recipes when you are prepping. And also, I am also a forager. Now it's also winter time. You know, winter, there is no food from the forest. So that's why I don't really make a lot of video during this time. So what I did plan is that during this time, I try to hop into live streaming and try to chat with you guys and also try to get to know you guys. So in order for me to get to know you guys have to write to me or send me a comment so that I can know you, right? Talking too much now. I have to go. Uh, I have to pick LG maybe in 1 hour. And what I would say, if you have any questions pertaining to what I spoke about today about your trip, if you are planning a trip, there's one guy who wrote to me and said that he was planning for a trip in Vietnam for a long, long time, but he haven't got the courage to go to Vietnam because he heard so much about the scamming. People scam you on the taxi and people scam you at the shop. Actually, let me tell you guys, I never felt that safe before. I tell you, even I felt safer in Vietnam than in Malaysia, honestly. I think when you are out there, you will portray the what do you call it, a representative of your country when you visit a country, right? So I think it is very important that you show respect on people. Like if they're praying outside, don't go and see or kick their stuff, or respect other people culture. And I know taxi there's a lot of scam, but as long as you know what is about to happen and you find out from the internet, like now I'm giving you the information. When you book a taxi in Vietnam, especially if you do not know the country or you do not know anyone there, it is always safer to book the taxi inside the airport because those are the controlled one. In Vietnam, there are three different type of transportation in terms of taxi. One is Uber, or not Uber, Grab, and then one is if I'm not wrong, it's a government fund taxi. It is two types. One is a very green one. You will not miss it. That's the only green one. And there's one is this white one. I think it's called Visan. The green one, I think, is Min. Start with MINH something. And then there is this black market taxi. When you come out of the airport, you will see a lot of this black market taxi driver come and approach you. Don't go for that. I rather you have a Grab app, because when you are at the airport, you still have internet there. Install the app before you arrive in that country. Put your credit card into the Grab account, and then when you book the taxi, everything is already prepaid. So the taxi driver will not ask you for anything because these are all controlled. And then this green color and this white color government or semi-government fund taxi company, those are very safe because those are employed by the taxi company, or rather the half government. So these are the very well trained one. So you don't have to be afraid. Just make sure you book your taxi inside, and if you have an app on Grab, book them inside, because when you arrive in Vietnam or any airport, you have free internet. So book your Grab inside, because once you book already paid, when you come out, if there's no internet, doesn't matter because everything already done. So for me, I would think that Vietnam is actually a very safe country for me. I never come across any people come and approach me unless you're going to the marketplace where they try to sell and sell, right? But I never come across anybody like following me or trying to talk to me, except when we were in the airport from Singapore, and we were flying to Da Nang, and there's this couple, old couple. The man came to me and he said, "Oh, you are Singaporean," because he saw my passport. I said, "Okay. Oh, you coming here for holidays?" Then he gave me his name card. He said, "I'm doing business in Singapore, and with the airport, because he do transportation like those container, or those parcels, big kind of parcels that needed to be transported from Singapore to Vietnam and Vietnam to Singapore." So he told me, he said, "I'll give you my card. In case anything happen, just give me a call." I said, what do you mean in case anything happened? In case somebody kidnapped me or what? So he said, no, 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 no. I mean, in case you have any problem communication with the people. But you know, you see, people are trying to help out. And then I look at his car, he's a managing director of that company. And I know this company because this company actually worked with one of my, I was working in aviation before. So I recognize this company name. So he said, oh, okay, just don't worry, give me a call. Okay, his English is not so good, but I understand what he was trying to tell me. So in my opinion, I find that Vietnamese people, they are very helpful. I never come across anybody who is like being rude or being trying to scam you. You know, on the street you may see people, oh, come here, let me show you the menu, but they won't come and pull you or trying to talk you out. So no, I don't feel that way. So I think maybe some other part of Vietnam like Hoi An, not Hoi An, like yeah, maybe Hoi An a little bit if you go to the market area, or maybe Ho Chi Minh, a bigger city, they will do that. But otherwise in Da Nang, no, I don't feel that like I'm unsafe. We were out in the night and we walk very far. We go to market, and then we come back very late. And then me and LG, we not afraid at all. And we always heard a lot of rumors. Don't take out your telephone like that. People will snatch. Or when you wear your bag, you have to wear your across it. Don't wear it like that because they will snatch from the motorbike. Never seen, and I never feel like anyone will. Maybe I was lucky, but I don't think so. And I think if you feel like if there's such things, you will feel like there are security. But when we were in Hanoi, we feel a little bit because there were like those civilian police people. They were like following us. They were like trying to protect us in a way because they know that we are tourists. LG look very touristy with a scab. So, and they were asking us, how is everything okay? So I know that there are people like trying to help us out. And as long as you don't do anything stupid like drunk and then being disrespectful, so I think there shouldn't be any problem at all. All right, so I hope you guys have a better information of how if you don't be afraid, because this country is quite safe, and just be respectful. All right, so I hope you enjoy your Saturday. It's like coming to 4 o'clock now here, or maybe it's coming to 5 o'clock. And tomorrow, probably if it's a good weather, we will try to go out for a walk. I hope you guys like this video. Give a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next. Bye-bye. Wow, 6 of you and 4 thumbs up. That's really good, leh. Huh? See you. Bye-bye. Very